Also, elephant in the room. I dyed my hair.
It looks so
You
good.
can't fucking see it in this light, of course, but I promise it's red. I promise. I promise I dyed my hair. I want to be a ginger so bad because I read Heartless. And also our best friend Maddie's ginger.
She is.
And I'm very jealous of her. But literally, I read Heartless once, and Willa has red hair. Or like copper ginger hair.
I want to be here so bad.
Also, elephant in the room.
Kiss, kiss.
Oh, thank God it's you, because, like, you're so cool. Forbidden earworm. One look and they're like, they watched the Disney Channel original movie Zombies.
Oh, so you're soulless.
I'm going to. Actually, come for us. I want to fight.
I don't have it in me this week, so maybe next week.
I will. Okay, come back next week for the fight.
He's actually not a white man.
I will out myself on the internet as I was a Hamilton child.
It's him. It's Lin-Manuel.
Oh my God.
How many rants about Broadway in theater can we go on today?
I stopped the book at 50%, so what do I know? But
that's so sweet. Murder. You want to go to pottery class? We're engaged.
Oh, Ratman Trent is actually making me sick. Draco is lovely. Because that's just my personality. Frog, whale, Draco Malfoy. You use the fucking sorting hat? I'm like, oh my God, so he's perfect. The book should be called Freak Nasty. I have so much to say today. I'm so excited to be here with you. I made a cookie butter iced latte today.
Ooh. Fantabulous.
So I had to have a second.
I went to like my local coffee shop and I got a cappuccino, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten a latte. First of all, I was like, okay, caramel, and the girl was like, we don't have caramel, and I was like, you don't. Okay, that's fine. It's not, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So I got a vanilla cappuccino, and I was like, should have gotten a latte. Should have immediately been like, no, wrong. I'll address my elephant in the room. I'm wearing a shrimp shirt.
Yes. I love it.
Shrimp shirt.
Lucy sent me a snap yesterday of like her new clothes, her haul. I love it. And I was like, no fucking way you found a shrimp shirt.
It's from Abercrombie. Is
it a shrimp or a crawfish? It's giving shrimp. Because crawfish are like,
it is
lobstery.
I mean, it's whatever you want it to be. They didn't.
I'm gonna say shrimp shirt.
I'm saying shrimp shirt.
They just said like shirt.
Crawfish shirt doesn't have the same ring as shrimp shirt.
Yeah.
Even my mom's calling it a shrimp shirt.
I like shrimp
she
shirt.
Goes, you're wearing your shrimp shirt. She gets it.
Shrimp shirt.
Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of cowboys, I'm not done with this, but I got really far.
Oh, that's okay.
I got to 317, chapter 33, if you're reading.
That's pretty far.
And I just, like, the chapter before this that I just finished, was when like they got in a big argument and she found out that he was like writing the letters to her.
So that about pissed me off. Hold on. That about pissed me off. Also, I'm gonna like a book when I start tabbing it. You can't see, but I tabbed some pages.
Only like 3 tabbed, but like there's so many funny lines in this that come just from everyone.
Yes.
My favorite.
I love the rabbit.
Oh, I love the little Nilkimin.
Yeah,
I looked up the word.
I couldn't pronounce half of the things.
I looked up the word because I was like, what the hell does that mean? It means rodent. It's like the larger name for the rodent family.
Oh, not all of them are rodents though. There's an owl. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, like when he's dropping off a letter and he says, like, there's a bunch of bills and he's like, here's some bills I suspect they shall be as depressing as a silent lover. Kiss kiss.
I love him.
Kiss.
He is so funny. I even put in the front of the book like what each of the tab colors mean. which is something I don't do.
Yeah.
I'll usually just use one color and tab throughout because I'm usually only tabbing one kind of like sentence or line, so it doesn't really matter. But this one I was like, no, I want to tab it like things that made me laugh. I have a tab for just like things that Hart did that were hot. Because he is the best part of this book. And back to her finding out about the letters, I was about pissed because I hate this trope in like secret pen or in like pen pal tropes. I hate when the girl gets mad that the guy like that the guy lied to her about, oh, I was the pen pal. I hate that she gets mad because I would be like, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, you know, I'd be so excited. I'd be like, oh, thank god it's you because like you're so cool. I don't see why she's mad.
What pissed me off in that was more that like he told her this big secret and like she was like, oh well, like you shouldn't take the blame, and like started like kind of getting onto him about it, and like, hey, maybe that wasn't like the best course of action. Like I get it, like you're trying to comfort him, but like at the same time he was like, don't do that, and she still did it. And then he was also being a big baby about all of his feelings. Grow the fuck up. And then
but
and it
so
pissed
cute.
me off that they found out about it then, because like I feel like I agree, like I don't think he should have kept the secret from her. Like I feel like she should have like told her sooner, even if it just like was before the dinner or whatever, because then like they wouldn't have gotten into it as much. Like it definitely, like she was gonna freak out. She's gonna freak out. I get it, it's a little freaky because you're like, you slept with me and you lied, and like when you sat down at dinner you lied, but also at the same time, like why are you upset? It was a bad time. But I have a theory.
Yeah, it's
not about them.
Wait, yes, I want to hear because I finished the book.
I did. I got some time, but
so I want to hear.
As we know, if you haven't read this book, you're gonna have to read it. There's like too many layers, but like basically,
there's too many things to explain.
He's like a marshal. He's like I don't want to call him a cop, but like he protects.
That's what I was like. I can't call him a cop.
Like trooper,
because there are cops.
Yeah,
he's like a park ranger.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, support our parks.
He's like, you know, in The Walking Dead, he's like those guys.
Seen that, but yeah,
that killed the zombies.
Yeah. So like basically, like souls infect dead people and create zombies, and you can like kill them. And he
do it like the zombies do. Sorry. Forbidden earworm.
Start dancing.
Are we outing to everyone that we're zombies adults?
I feel like people could have guessed that about us.
Probably. One look and they're like, they watched the Disney Channel original movie Zombies.
And I am excited for the fourth one.
I'm so excited. There's vampires in it.
Anyways. Like, what do you mean? They have werewolves, they have vampires, they have aliens, and a hot zombie named Milo Manheim. Come on.
Manheim. I love him. Milo! Okay.
So, moving on.
He's not listening.
He might. Milo, if you're listening, we adore you, and you would love our friend Maddie.
We love you. Come meet her, please.
Come meet us and subsequently her.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, but like they basically like zombies can only be created in this like little land that is like closed off, basically, and like their rangers like kill them and whatever, like monitor. But there is like, you know, people mining certain things in there, like legally and illegally and whatever. But he can like see souls, which he's half god, so he's demigod, and he can like see souls. It's his like special talent. He doesn't tell anyone because it's kind of like creepy. But they run into this like weird thing where like people are like in danger and they're like fighting off. They're called drudges, like not zombies, but they're fighting them off. But like he shows up and it's kind of weird because like the people who are like in danger are also kind of shooting at him, and he's trying to like help and like kill these drudges, and he's like, oh, like, can you like stay? We need to write a report about this. And they were like, nope. And they like scooped up the dead body and like ran. And he was like, that's fucking weird. Like, weird things
Yeah,
happen,
he's
but
like, that's not protocol.
people shouldn't be like running off. And my theory is it's then later Mercy is like an undertaker, so she like takes in these bodies and like processes them and like buries them. Um, and you're like the appendix is where the soul lives allegedly. Weird. I think that's weird, but whatever. And she like,
I think that's so interesting.
yeah,
I'm gonna start thinking about that from now on. Like, if you get your appendix removed, no soul.
you should tell people that. Oh, so you're soulless.
I'm going to. Oh, okay. So you're a heartless bitch.
Oh, so you have no soul.
Sorry.
Cool. Hope you like hell. No. There's no such thing as hell here. It's just it's like a fantasy book, so like it's kind of like,
yeah, it's just like the afterlife.
it's a whole thing.
It's very Hades, actually. It's very
Yes.
There's like a river of dead bodies. It's very Hades underworld. Anyway,
but she like is cutting these appendixes and is like, why is it there's this like weird like film like patch on them
over it, like,
and I have a theory because she's like a mom and pop like funeral undertaking business,
funeral home,
and there's like a large one that's like franchised and whatever, but it is owned by like these evil people, basically
a dude. Yeah,
they are patching dead bodies and then letting them be taken over by drudges so that people will bring them, because like you have to, if you die without like a package, like a funeral package, like you get taken to certain funeral homes that get paid by the government to like handle your passing.
yeah.
And this big evil like funeral opposing business is like trying to take her business out, and I think that the reason they've become so big is because they're like taking in these dead bodies and then like patching them and then putting them back out to like let their souls be taken over again, so they get more and more like government like bodies and stuff, or people buy funeral packages and they can you like charge the funeral package twice somehow. I don't know. You've obviously finished the book, so you know if I'm right or not, but I have a feeling I'm right. For the most part. Like,
yeah, he's giving kind of like a, dare I say, Jordan Belfort situation, where he's kind of trying to monopolize the dead body funeral home business of like, I'm gonna like double time you.
I was thinking of the man from the Lorax, Mr. O'Hare.
Oh, sorry. That is so much better. That's like, such a better.
That is who I pictured when she was like, Mr. Cunningham, and I was like, oh, you mean the motherfucker from the Lorax?
Oh yeah, you mean that short motherfucker?
Oh yeah. So that's that. I know they're gonna make up. Like, obviously, I think this is gonna end well. But I'm just curious to see how they get over themselves and what happens with this business.
Oh, you just wait.
Yeah, I'm kind of
It's a roller coaster. From where you are, it is a roller coaster. It is like, I thought I was going to have to like DNF this book because I couldn't handle it. I was also reading this book at the same time as The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, which is also about a funeral home. And also a story of like grief and loss, because her father passes away. And so I was like, I don't think I could handle like emotion at this time. Yes. But
I have exactly 100 pages left, and when a book gets crazy in the last 100 pages, I'm scared.
It's insane. I was like,
that the first like 300 pages were like a waste. They're not a waste. Like, it's entertaining and it's good, but it is a little slow, I would say. I really did enjoy that chapter that was just like completely letters, like back and forth. It was like a couple pages of just them writing, and I was like, this was a good way to move the plot along and be like, they sent all these letters instead of being like, and the rabbit shows up and gives him his letters, and now the owl shows up and gives her letters, and they don't know.
Yeah,
we know they don't know.
That was getting redundant.
But also I think it's
that was getting a little
so funny that his partner Penn and the little brother Zeddy just like instantly hit it off, and they're like, and now we're dating. I'm like, it's not that easy.
Yeah, I was a little, they're fine, like they're like a cute little gay couple. They're like 14. They're not 14, but in my brain they're like 14. And I'm like, okay, they're a cute little like gay couple, but no way you all of a sudden are like, oh, so we're married or like we're dating. Like in like you flip the page and all of a sudden
you
it's
started this job a week ago and you met him 2 days ago. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
but that leads me to my next topic. And like this is really all I have to say because that's pretty much all I like. I was kind of busy, so I didn't read a lot this week. I also watched Bridgerton
Oh, no, no, no,
last
no,
night.
no.
Not all of it. I haven't finished it.
I was going to watch Bridgerton last night when I got home. So I saw Inside Out 2 last night. No one cares. I was going to watch like an episode of Bridgerton just because they're kind of long.
So
And
long.
it was already like 10 p.m. and I was like, I'll watch one episode. But then I decided to finish the book I was reading. So
I should have
like,
done
it's
that
too good. Anyway,
because I wanted to be done with it by today.
no, because Bridgerton. I get it.
I know. I told myself I was only going to watch one episode, and then I watched 2.5 episodes.
Oh, and there's only like 4 episodes, probably.
There is only 4 episodes. Anyways, the other thing I read this week, and I like took a break from reading this, was Our Secret Moments by Janisha.
No, it's Our
Our
Secret
Secret
Game.
Games, the second one by Janisha Boswell. And what is on
I
my
have some things to
heel?
say about this book.
Okay, sorry, distracted.
I'm getting my notes. Continue.
I didn't like it.
And dare I say, I was going to say this. This wasn't in my notes, but so I tried to read this book because Lucy and I read the first one in the series together, and so I was like, okay, Lucy was like, oh, the second one's coming out. I'm like, oh, great, like slay. I DNF'd at 15%. They mentioned Hamilton, and she was pissed that she didn't get Angelica, and I was like, I'm fucking done.
So
I can't do it. I have so many thoughts on that. And dare I say, her only good book and her only book that will be good if she continues writing, which she probably will. So like that's so slay of you to continue writing and like continue your dream. But you've written one good book. One of them has been good. And I don't know what it is about. I think I know what it is, but I'll wait.
So on the Hamilton,
personally for me though, that's a personal
on the Hamilton note, we talked about this, like we were texting about it, and so
yeah, I was too pissed I couldn't save it.
I was really excited for this book because I read Our Secret Moments when it came out, which was a couple months ago. She turned this around. I'm not gonna lie, like 6 months we like whipped this out. And so it's about Wesley and West Nora. And he is like best friends with this guy, and he likes this guy's like twin sister, and she's best friends with like Catherine from the first book. He like Wesley plays football and like he's on the football team, whatever, and then she is a like theater girl. Like they're in college and she's like pursuing theater, but she wants to like act and like potentially be on Broadway and stuff. That's fine. Yeah. Cool. We all have dreams. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
We all have dreams.
Cool. Not and like yes, obviously she's going to be in a musical because she goes to school to be in theater. Duh.
And I totally understand. Of course they're going to put on like the spring musical or whatever. Of course.
And we know this author to be like someone who puts pop culture in her books, and like we'll get to that in a sec.
That's a
we'll
whole
get to that
other
in, like,
story.
0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
And like we know like she's a Taylor Swift girly. We're not Taylor Swift girlies. Don't come for us.
Actually come for us. I want to fight.
I don't have it in me this week. So maybe next week.
I will. Okay, come back next week for the fight.
I'll be ready. I'll amp myself up. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'll get to training. Cue training montage.
And it's just me like playing Sabrina Carpenter on repeat.
No, exactly.
Anyways, so, but the school play is Hamilton. And listen, I like Hamilton. I'm not like the big...
I was a Hamilton kid. I had a hat. I had a snapback trucker hat that said A. Ham. I'm not lying. I will out myself on the internet as I was a Hamilton child in freshman year of high school. I was a Hamilton kid. I saw it on Broadway. Like, I was next level. I met Jonathan Groff. I was like, it was next level. And I threw my Kindle. I DNF'd the book because of this.
And here's the thing. I like Hamilton. I'm not as crazy of a fan, but like I enjoyed it. I think it's a good piece. I think the music's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome. Lin-Manuel. Sometimes you do something good. You're still a white man.
Sometimes. And then other times
He's actually not a white man.
he's actually not a white man. He's Puerto Rican.
But he has white man vibes. Sorry.
But he is a white man because
I'm so sorry. You do not write
He's a
plays
white
like
man.
Hamilton and not be a white man.
yeah, it's like that's what caught your eye. Hamilton?
What did he do? The Disney.
It was great though.
Oh, what is it called?
Moana?
No, well, I mean that's amazing. But no, the In the Heights. That was good.
That was good.
Amazing.
That was a Broadway play before.
Yes, obviously.
Broadway
but
musical.
he does an amazing adaptation.
Yeah, but yeah. He slayed that one. That one was actually really good.
Can't wait to see Moana on Broadway.
Oh, no, please. I can't do it. I actually, unpopular opinion, I don't want Moana 2.
I do.
I don't
want a live action.
That's actually, no, that was it. I don't want a live action.
I'll do Moana 2. I'm kind of down.
I'm like, I'll see it. But I'm not like, yeah.
Okay, circling back. So
Lin-Manuel Miranda rant over.
I am a fan. I actually saw him in person. I went to Gutenberg, and that was amazing. And he was like the director, producer that they. If you know anything about the Gutenberg thing, it's like they're trying to get like a like Broadway producer, whatever, to like pick up their show, and they have someone different every night, like come in and like play this like 5-second role at the very end. And this was like probably within the first like month of this being out, and like me and my dad didn't really like know what was going on, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, like a producer, and we're like, people were like screaming, and we're like up in the balcony, and we were like, oh, it's him. It's Lin-Manuel.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Amazing.
That's so cool.
Anyways, but like the school spring play was Hamilton. First of all, it wouldn't be. First of all, your school did not pay for the rights.
First of all, you don't have the rights that quick. Yeah, sorry.
It's so damn expensive. No. You'd be doing something like Shakespeare. Like, you'd be doing, like, Much Ado. Come on.
I even thought about this because, so, there are some times when I'm in my car and I just really want to listen to Broadway music.
Oh, I listen to Broadway music all the time.
So I play this playlist. That I didn't make it. Someone else made it. But I really like it because it has a lot of the musicals that I enjoy on it. And sometimes like the girl or like guy, I don't know who, they update it. So it has like sometimes like some new stuff. And literally I put the playlist on shuffle, the first song, Satisfied, Hamilton. And I was like, no fucking way. But then I listened to the song. The next song that comes on is from Heathers, the musical. And for some reason in my brain, I was like, I don't think I'd be as cringed out if, like, let's say the author chose, like, the spring musical to be something like Heathers.
Oh, I'd be iconic. Are you kidding me? I want to play Heathers so
bad. That'd be so cool. I
can't act.
That would be awesome. But it's... yeah, I can do this, and that's about it. And I can't even do this well. But I was talking to Lucy about how, like... she picked such a like set in a moment musical. Like Hamilton is so 2016 that you can't really bring it out of that.
No.
Even if she chose Wicked, that would also be a horrible choice because
it's too big.
You again have something that is so like huge. Like there was a million other choices that she could have picked for the spring musical, and why she chose Hamilton will boggle my mind.
And like I think because we were like low-key theater kid or theater kid adjacent growing up, embarrassing admittance right there.
Embarrassing, yeah, I can't admit that.
But like we know, like you have to pay the rights. Like if you're in high school, if you're in middle school, if you're in college, if you're doing a play off Broadway, literally anywhere actually, you have to pay for the rights to use scripts, music, costuming, like everything. And it's expensive with plays like Hamilton, Wicked, anything that is major that you can basically only see on Broadway is so expensive. And like,
yeah,
I don't know, like I'm sure they have this in LA, but like in Dallas we have like a Broadway scene. I don't know if I should call it that.
Yes, I know all about it. I did a report on it.
So there's like a production theater, like Dallas Broadway company that like puts on these shows, and like you can, it's like the opera or the orchestra like anything. Like you can just
go pay to
go
see.
see these shows, and they do sometimes put on like Wicked and Hairspray and like these big things, but like they pay so much money to license this because
Yeah.
they are a giant national like Broadway production. I
Yeah.
digress. So your college was not doing
We
Hamilton. They were doing like Hamilton
my high
spelled
school.
wrong.
Yeah. My high school, like everyone was freaking out when God, I can't remember. I think this was my sophomore or junior year. Everyone was freaking out because the theater department got the rights to Legally Blonde, the musical. And it was like a big thing at the time. And it was so fucking expensive. But of course, because we're Calabasas High School, it was like, oh, of course. And we got the dog who played Bruiser on Broadway. That's a whole story. If you read that book, Lucy, the like, if you lived here, you'd be famous by now. It talks about that, which is crazy. So it's like, no way your small ass fucking college got the rights to Hamilton when we paid like 4 bands for Legally Blonde. Like your college doesn't have 4 bands.
No, I feel like Hamilton would quite literally be like 10 grand easily.
Yeah,
I don't
easy.
know like the pricing, but it wouldn't be cheap.
It would not be cheap.
My school did Annie my freshman year, and I was like stagehand for that.
Oh, that's epic.
I actually don't remember any of the other things they did because I think I would always go to them. My friends were in them. I do remember the high school down the street did Hairspray, and like we went to see it because like sometimes you have to like to get credits for classes. You can like arts classes. You'd go to like performances, and honestly, probably the best performance of Hairspray I've ever seen. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. No. So this isn't a 2 things. 1, so we like, did your school do like the fall play and the spring musical? Like, did you have 2 shows?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the best musicals that I saw at my high school was they did The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like the musical, I guess. It's more opera-y actually, and they speak Latin. It was so good. And the kid who played Gizmo is now on Broadway.
Good for him.
And then my other story, which I really wanted to tell you now that we're talking about it, is one year, it was my sophomore year, the fall play was The Diary of Anne Frank. And you bet your ass I was front row.
I think like
I was like, fuck yeah! Woo, Anne!
I think in the fall they would do like short plays. So like they'd be like, oh, come to this showcase, and like some of the seniors
do like little things
in like shorter plays, and like they would do they would like make a black box on the stage, so we all like sat on the stage actually, and it was like a lot smaller, and you'd watch like a bunch of stuff, and that's what they do in the fall. That's and cool. Then they put on a big musical in the spring, because and then sometimes people would like write things which were just never good. I live in like the South, like it was a challenge for these kids. They were like, please, I hate it here.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, our star, the girl who always got the lead, like did pageants and stuff, and she went on to just like go to like a really Christian college, and she does like
awesome
Christian influencing now.
Awesome. Slay her.
If that doesn't sum
that
up like
epic.
Growing up in the South, I don't know what does.
No, that's actually crazy because it's such a different experience being here in Los Angeles, where it's like the kids in the theater department are like cutthroat, like horrible people because like
they hate, like everyone hated this girl because she was like,
oh good,
she was Sharpay Evans, but she was actually like really talented, which like sucked because she was like, she could sing so well. It was just like gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Damn it.
But like, and there was a couple other people who were like, I'm good enough to be the lead, and they were, but like, they just,
not her.
It was very like not democratic. Like it was very like the teachers like liked certain people. I digress. Yeah. Back to the book. How many rants about Broadway and theater can we go on today?
Probably a lot.
Don't get us started.
Yeah.
Anyways. So yeah, they do this like Hamilton play, but I think the author chose Hamilton for a specific reason. Part of the plot is that Nora is like dates this like other theater star. They're like the theater power couple, and she's been dating him since high school. Like,
why does he have a buzz cut?
Yeah, then all of a sudden I was like, you mean Rafe? Like, hello.
Hello, you mean Rafe Cameron? Like, okay, be with him. I see. I get it, girl.
She said that. I was like, well, fuck.
I was like, well, damn.
So, anyways, they are dating for like 5 years. She finds out, like, she throws him this big birthday party. Huge. He's cheating.
You're like, rager.
He's been cheating on her, and he's cheating on her at the party, and she finds out, and so she breaks up with him, and whatever. And but she's like obviously better off without him, and he's like worse off without her. Well, she gets Eliza, which we know in the play of Hamilton is like his wife, but he like cheats on her, and she's like, she sings "Burn," and it's this whole thing, and
yeah, me. I love that song.
And so,
fucking theater kid right here. Stop.
Have you listened to First Burn? Love that song.
That one's good too, but the original's better.
True.
I'm a snob,
so like,
don't even get me started on the Mean Girls musical movie.
And we have differing opinions on that one.
Varying opinions. Renee Rapp can do no wrong.
She can do no wrong. Like, I just am easy to entertain. I'll say it.
Anyway, back to the book.
And so, like, I think she chose this play and gave her this role. She's like, I want to be Angelica. I want to be Angelica. I'm like, you want to be a homewrecker? Okay. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I see. No, she just wants to be Angelica because Angelica raps. Which I get it. I get it, girl. But I love Eliza. No, the shit that Eliza sings is my favorite in the show.
Yeah, duh. And so, like, obviously, like, her real life situation really reflects this, like, character she gets cast in my opinion. And so I think that's, like, why she did it.
Yes.
But also, like,
that's why she did it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But the bigger plot of this is that obviously, like, her ex-boyfriend, and she's like moping, and she's been in a relationship for 5 years. That's crazy. Like, the same one too. Like, you know what I mean? And he was kind of like,
that's just
yeah. And he was kind of,
how'd you keep someone around that long?
She thought he was gonna marry him.
Well, I guess she didn't.
Anyways, and like, he wasn't the best. Like, he would always, like, you know, she kind of, like, I feel like knew he was cheating. He would, like, grovel and, like, say sorry, but, like, he never put her first, and, like, she let it happen, kind of. But she's best friends with Wes, who's, like, this, like, golden retriever, like, lovable puppy dog. And he's, like, they're best friends, and so, like,
I'm listening. I'm just upset.
He's like, oh, like, trying to make her feel better, and then they kind of come, like, his parents are getting a divorce, and, like, he's kind of not sure, like, if he wants to play football anymore, and so everyone's kind of on his ass, and they're like, you need to, like, get a girlfriend. I don't know why they're telling him this, but basically they agree to fake date to, like, satiate everyone and, like, piss off her ex and make his parents happy, and, you know, finds some stability in their life while she, like, preps for this musical and, like, tries to figure out what she's doing with her career. She, like, goes into her, like, senior year, and what he's doing with his life now that he's, like, quitting football. And that's fine. And, like, I typically love fake dating. I love, like, you know, best friends.
Yeah.
But what genuinely pissed me off is that, like, yeah, there were some sweet moments, and, like, Wes always said, like, really sweet, nice things, and, like, there was a lot of lines that were like, oh, that's really cute. But in the previous book, where, like, they're side characters, they are so flirty. They're, like, there's, like, literally this whole scene where they, like, are in this, like, pottery, like, the football team goes to this pottery place, and they're all there, the girls too, and they get into this, like, paint war, and it's like,
these books piss me off to no end,
and it's very just, like, classic, like, flirty moment, like, whatever.
Oh, like,
none of that in this book. None of that.
That's so fucking weird.
Like, they were just so, like, lovey-dovey, like, oh, I've always loved you, blah blah, and, like, that's fine, but it's just like, I know how
flirt a little
can and should be, and they're just simply not that. It was either just, like, oh, super sweet and, like, friendly almost, or, like, just sex. I was like, okay, cool. Not really. I didn't like it, and, like, there wasn't really any conflict. And I know we, like, complain about there being, like, conflict in, like, the third act breakup. Like, I don't think they needed a third act breakup, but, like, the conflict was that, like, he, like, quit football and was like, okay, now I have to find, like, a career because I've never thought about it. He goes into teaching, essentially, whatever. And she's like, I don't know if I'm going to, like, make it on, like, be famous, but, and, like, also, like, dealing with her ex or whatever. And I was like, those aren't, like, conflicts. Those are like normal character struggles. Like you're a college student, of course you don't know what you want to do.
I'm just pissed. Like, I'm just so
Like,
mad.
where's the drama?
I'm mad for you. Yeah, I'm mad for you that you read this book and didn't like it, because that always sucks, especially when you're excited for something.
Well, and I was so excited because
but like
they're so flirty, and then like if you follow this author on
yeah,
social media, specifically Instagram, she posts all this content about them for months leading up to this. And like
months she was
they'll post
posting.
out of context quotes, and they'll be like they're out of context, but like they'll post like kind of this like flirty part of the quote, or they post like, my favorite was like the Instagram profiles of them, because it's like a Pinterest board essentially, but you can,
Those were really cute.
it shows you kind of like what they look like and how you can like imagine them, and like it was cute. Like he's like brown hair, curly, whatever, and she's like this was YN Rachel. Like I was like, this girl looks like Rachel. Compliment.
That is so nice of you.
But you don't act like her.
Sorry, that sounded really bad.
No,
but like,
I feel like
I see that. Well, because
like you don't act like her, but she looks like you.
Yeah, she's like dark kind of brown hair. She's 5'7". That's literally fucking me. That's my only
She's
personality.
Skinny, like
but yeah. But like, yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm just gonna say thank you. I could go on a whole rant.
But yeah, I was just like, it was none of that. It was just none of that.
Yeah. It was none of the flirty, like, friends to lovers banter. I stopped the book at 50%, so what do I know? But
I don't know if I just like had high expectations because like I was following her and like getting all this hype up for 6 months.
Yeah.
Or what? But like her second book in the other series, like Good Grades and Mystery Games,
is the best book.
Best book, because they're like kind of flirty but like hate each other, and like I don't know if it's just because like that trope's better.
Yeah.
And so,
but like she could have done this with this trope with the friends to lovers not secret
been,
dating,
like, way
fake
more
dating.
flirty.
They could have been so flirty and like sexual tension because they had that in the first book.
I just feel like the whole time he was like, no, like I'm gonna comfort you and do what's best for you, and I was like, no. That's so sweet. Murder. No. Well, and then the third book's gonna be about not Eleanor.
Elle. I think her name's just Elle.
Who's like this dancer and whatever, and she's like, the whole point is like she's this virgin, and she's like, oh, I don't want to like graduate and like still be a virgin or like whatever. She's like she like basically wants to get it over with. Well, the other character is Archer, who's like this like tattooed, like grumpy.
I like him.
And of him.
I like him because I don't know enough about him.
Whoa. Words. Truly, he's a mystery. And that's what makes him attractive.
Yeah, truly.
But like, her dance teacher is his mom. And so they've known each other forever. But like, really in passing. But now he's like friends with all these like friends. He's roommates and friends. And like, she's friends with like, you know, the groups, and they're friends.
They're all in like a group,
and she goes to dance camp and stays with his mom for the summer because it's like not where she lives or whatever. And there's like in the epilogue of this one, they like make some like, they're like back together after the summer, and like she spent all summer with like his family's house, and she like says something and it's like, oh, they definitely hooked up. But I'm like, I can't get my hopes up now. I'm like so scared. But I'm like, it better be good.
So I'm gonna I'll read that book is I'm gonna like look at what she's posting on Instagram, like all her cute aesthetic stuff, because she does such a great job at that. So I'm gonna look at that, and then I'll say I'll read the book.
Well, and now I'm like,
because
I don't even know if that's the next book she's gonna write. I don't know if she's gonna go back and write the third book to the last series and then write this one, but I'm like, it's probably like I don't even. I want to unfollow her and just think about it in like 3 years from now and be like, I never read that book.
Yeah.
Simply.
Yeah, just be so surprised.
So that's what I have going on. So I really like took over. I was like, I got things to say.
No, oh my god, I was looking forward to that because I told Lucy, I said, DNF'd. And can't do it. And then I saw Lucy's review on Goodreads and I was like, can't do it.
What did I say?
It was like you gave it like 3 stars.
I wish I could have given it like 2.5, but
you said like it was
this was just okay. I guess I had high expectations. knowing how they interacted, wanted more flirting. It was really, really slow burn, but like no flirt. I was like, what the hell?
What the hell? Because don't even get me started. I don't want to start yet.
Where's the
drama? I'm just saying. Yeah, slow burn works really well. When you at least have some like flirting, and it works really, really well in Hermione fanfiction. But that's also because they're enemies and they're always going to be enemies.
So, now that I went on that rant, what have you been reading?
Okay, I'm not going to start with the Hermione fanfiction just yet because. So this book came out on Tuesday, and I finished it last night.
I'm curious.
This was so... Oh. I'm debating giving... I haven't rated it yet. I'm debating giving it 5 stars. Ooh, who said that? Because, so it is Allie Hazelwood. And as we know, also the cover is like shiny.
That is dope.
It's like a shiny pink. Anyway. So this book came out on Tuesday. And Allie Hazelwood posted on her Instagram like a week before this came out, like the little... author's note that's at the beginning and saying like, hey guys, so this isn't like my other books. Like she's like, yes, like everything will be fine, like happily ever after, but like it deals with themes of like grief and food insecurity and like trauma. And it is, she's like, don't think about this as a rom-com, except it was funny. Like there were lines that was like the way these characters banter is like next level. It was very, he is in my brain, and that's probably just because I was reading a Draco fanfiction at the same time as this, and I still am reading it. He's very Draco. Like he's very like funny and cool, and kind of like he's not a bad guy, but
in a bad boy way.
Main man in this, his name is Eli, and he runs like what does it say he does? I kind of forgot. He works with Bunny. He's basically, his company is trying to buy out the science company, the science like biotech company that she works for. And she's like, well, I fucking hate you. Like, you're trying to buy her friend is also the CEO of this company. And I never trusted the CEO, because she seems like because one, woman CEO. Sorry, got heated, but this book really makes you hate the CEO for valid reasons. Yeah. She's a bad person. So he's trying to buy out her biotech company,
which probably means she's gonna get laid off.
Yeah. So she's like, but they're trying to say like, oh no, like the workers like aren't going to get laid off. Like we still want to keep it as the same company. And she's like, no way, dude. But then they start this like forbidden love. You could say strangers. That's how it's described, as like a strangers with benefits situation. So they're just hooking up. Okay. And that's what she warns her readers about, because all of her other books, like Love Hypothesis or Love Theoretically, are very rom-com-y, meet cute, like not wholesome, because I mean there is spice, but like this was next level. Like the things he was saying, oh my incredible. It was so good. And what I was going to talk about mainly with this book is, I have a note on my phone, because I was thinking about Our Secret Games. And I was like, it's actually just crazy the like different levels of like male love interest choices that you can have to write your character as. Because you could say that like Wes is so obsessed with Nora. Mm-hmm. Like he obviously is. Like he loves her. He's just like a puppy dog. Like, he'll follow her around. But it's crazy how you make you want that like obsessed guy trope. And that's awesome, but you make him a simp. You know?
Sorry.
You good? No, you're good.
Simp or
like you can either make him like puppy dog simp, or you can make him like Eli. Because Eli said, you also know I like a book when I start underlining things.
Rachel was
so
up in her books this week.
I was. And this also goes for a lot of Draco archetypes, where he's very like obsessive, possessive. But Eli, because it's like Wes is obsessed with his girl, Eli's also obsessed with his girl, but the way they do it is so different. Eli says, "Your damn mouth is the most obscenely lovely thing I've ever had the burden of seeing." And then he kisses her. And then Wes is over here like, you want to go to pottery class?
Yeah, it's definitely like the like...
He's such a simp!
The like more possessive versus more like they're both obsessed, but I feel like one's more just like obsessed and one's more like possessive. Does that make sense?
Because later on in this scene, he says, "It's humbling how bad I want you." And she's very closed off because of her like trauma. Which is understandable. And he's trying to like open up because he's like, girly, we have something. Like, so he's like, he was engaged. And then the woman that he was engaged to, broke it off because she's like, you can't like love me in the way that I need you to. Which is, fair. And it was like a clean break. Like they still are like, on friendly terms.
Imagine getting engaged to someone and then they're like, you don't love me enough. We're engaged.
But he was like, I understand. He's like, I couldn't. But like, he's like, I don't know, like something about you. Her name's Rue, like in Hunger Games. And so he's like, yeah, I was engaged and I couldn't love her the way that she needed to. And like, I probably should have. He's like, but something about you, girl, is like turning me. He's like, he is so obsessed with her. And she's kind of like, she's terrified to admit that she is into him, which is the same exact thing that's happening in the Hermione fanfiction. She doesn't want to admit that
it's scary.
Being forced to marry a Death Eater is so cool.
I have a question.
Okay. I'm so excited.
It's not a good question.
I'm opening my Kindle. Woo!
Do you think, like,
yes,
it's common in these books to be like, I don't love people, or like, I don't love people, or I've never loved someone like this before, but like, they're so obsessed with like this main character and they're like, I've never loved this hard before. And you're like, you're the only person I'm ever gonna love.
Yeah.
Is that like just so unrealistic, or do men really just love that way, where they for some reason someone just like does it for them? Because it's like, I feel like for women,
I think that is so true.
I feel like for women it's not hard to like we are always making excuses for people, and just like in general, and like you see it all the time when they're like, he's not that ugly, like let me find a good picture, like, it's just like and like I think this is like a theory people have, and it's like been said, but like women find reasons. Like women fall in love because like they started loving you and then they like find reasons to not love you, whereas like men start at like liking you and then they find reasons to love you, if that makes sense. And so it's like you're kind of at like opposite ends of this like not timeline, but like if you don't both start as like, or like learn to love each other, like you kind of like get to this point where you're like, do this. I don't know, like, are these books unrealistic, or are they more telling and true of like what we live day to day?
I don't know. I mean, I think you could definitely argue both, but I think men are a lot simpler. Because I think as women, we kind of are like, oh my god, he's manipulating this. I mean, he can. Don't get me wrong.
Men do.
And men do.
I see one of you rat-looking motherfuckers.
The whole like, oh, Ratman trend is actually making me sick. Like, yeah, I'm happy for Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keoghan. I love them together, but like, he is so ratty. Like, he's such a rodent. And I'm like, what? That's what caught your eye, Sabrina? Like, you could have anyone. But I'm actually glad you chose him.
I feel like it works for them.
It works for them.
Sorry, I cut.
But like, especially, we were talking about this morning. We were talking about Ariana Grande. She likes the rattiest of them all.
That I like.
She's the rat
Can't
queen.
get behind SpongeBob. It's so weird.
I can't get behind SpongeBob. I don't think they're actually a thing. Like, there's no way.
I think they are, but I just feel like she kind of like she was like, "This is fun," and then like a month later, she was like, "This is not fun." But we left engagements for this. She left a husband. She was married.
So you saw the Boy Is Mine music video with the guy from You, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I saw someone on TikTok, or I know it was Twitter, and it was like a screenshot of them in the video, and she goes, and the tweet said, "Oh, finally someone to match her freak," because it was them and all the cats at the end.
I feel like Penn Badgley played Joe in You, and he also, if you haven't seen Gossip Girl, whatever, but like he's Gossip Girl, he is always plays these freaky ass characters.
Yes, he's a freaky ass motherfucker. I want to say he was
even in Pretty Little Liars.
I don't remember. I watched that.
I feel like he was in some other teen drama show that was really popular, and he was like low key the secret villain too. I'm like, why is he always this freak nasty motherfucker? He's
typecast, and it just works for him.
I feel like he is freak nasty in real life. Not like that, like insane.
Yes,
but like if it came out that he was
no, but he's kind of just
if he was like a DL cannibal, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like on TikTok. Like he's active on TikTok. And him and like Ariana Grande like made this like TikTok video together. And it was kind of cute. Like,
yeah, I saw that. Was so cute. Yeah,
someone who matches her freak for real.
Yeah, like except that he's married with like kids.
Is he really?
I think so, yeah.
Hold. Continue.
I think I like looked it up because I was like, they should date.
Well, it's okay. She already got one man to leave his wife.
That's so true. Okay, but there weren't kids involved.
Weren't there?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention because I love Ariana Grande.
Since 2017.
So I don't. Yeah. So he's like been married, you know.
They look freaky.
Anyway,
she's older than him.
He kind of looks freaky.
He's 37 and she's 40, which is not that many. That's like a normal age gap.
No.
I don't know if they have kids. They have a 3-year-old son and a 15-year-old son, and he's like the stepdad.
Oh,
epic. He's probably a great dad. And he
probably is a wonderful dad.
He's just got some freak nasty in him.
That's him, you know.
That's how I would describe it, Badgley.
No, that's him. He's the gopher.
That is just like if you had to describe him Badgley, it is just
That's it. It's the gopher thing.
What were we talking about?
Draco.
Yes.
We were more talking about like men and like
I got a little deep there.
Actually realistic.
Sorry.
That No.
I think
yes, I agree.
I was going to bring up.
I'm just pulling something up.
When I was talking, so like
anyway, yeah.
I also think one of the reasons I really didn't like Our Secret Games is I've been reading like contemporary romance and I've just been hating it. Like nothing I read I'm enjoying unless it's like maybe a cowboy romance. And like obviously like the Heart and Mercy is a romance, but it also has kind of like a fantasy like mystery plot in it, which is really fun.
Oh yeah, that's all fantasy.
But I think I'm just like really cynical lately, where I'm like,
that's okay.
Like I'm like love, don't believe in it. No, that's not true.
Yeah, I found I need something where like it's so it's like it's almost a little too intense. And it's not like cute because I finished a while ago. Oh my god, I also fucking read sitting right here. I finished this. This was great. Serial killers, they can do no wrong.
I keep getting TikToks about that. Like the series and everything.
Yeah. I need something like that. I need something where like it's so kind of out of the ordinary. Like, one, I really like the scientist thing, but like I finished Love Hypothesis a while ago and I was like, this was actually so fucking stupid. Y'all saw my review.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Adam, Adam, Adam. The girl with the unicorn socks?
That was paid.
Homie, you could do so much better.
Paid.
Because it's just like, and they kept getting put in these like silly, stupid rom-com-y situations where it's like, there's no more seats in the auditorium. Oh, his lap is available.
Ew.
Fucking weird. Like, maybe just stand in the back like everyone else.
Yeah, I think like
Whereas like I can't do that. I can't do the things where it's like so cringe and like just too much. Oh my god. Remember how we were talking about references, like pop culture references? One, there was a Ferris Bueller reference in Leather and Lark, and they did that really well. And there was a Skater Boy reference. Like Avril Lavigne, like he was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." There was a reference to that song in this book, and I literally wrote in the book, and I was like, "That's how you do a pop culture reference."
I think you have to pick stuff
Anyway,
that's like
anyway,
dated enough now to where it's like, oh, clearly we're
yeah,
referencing like the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, because like you can reference those things.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
so
yeah.
ingrained in the cultural zeitgeist that like, but things like yeah, Hamilton will be and is, but like
It's so stuck in a time, though.
yeah, but like so is Avril Lavigne, but like because it's past us, we can be like I think because we're talking about
Yes,
it in a past tense. Like if you talked about Taylor Swift now in a book, I'd be like, yes, she is a cultural zeitgeist, and like we are gonna like talk about this like when we're older. It'll be like, oh, when she did the Eras tour. But like right now,
right,
if
right,
you're like, it's happening right now, and we love her music right now, it's like it's 2023. Like we or it's 2024, but like you know what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. So how's Draco?
Anyway, Draco is lovely. I needed a hit. Desperately needed a Draco fanfiction. Like so bad. I missed Draco and I missed Hermione, honestly. If you ask me who my favorite fictional female is, it is Hermione Granger. I love her. And so I kept seeing this one pop up on my TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Bloody, Slutty, and Pathetic. Great name.
That's epic.
And the tagline for this book is, in my humble opinion, there's only 3 things that men should be, and that is bloody, slutty, and pathetic. And on a good day, Draco Malfoy can be all 3. I was freaking out.
I would like to state for the record,
So
I don't even read Draco fanfic, but like I just don't have the patience, but like I'm there with you.
okay. I need to give you some backstory. Well, yeah, the patience is a really big thing because one, the chapters are so long, and this is a hair short of being 800 pages. It's like 795 pages. Brother, but I'm halfway through. It's so good. I was like, I actually can't pick up anything else because I just keep. I am locked and loaded on my Kindle. Also, look at my whale.
Hello.
I don't have book stickers on here. I have whale
And frog.
Oh yeah, and the little frog. I want a Draco one. I have to get a Draco sticker. Because that's just my personality: frog, whale, Draco Malfoy. Anyway, so plot. Just because there's a lot going on. So it's post-war, post-Battle of Hogwarts time, obviously, and Hermione is working in the Ministry of Magic,
as it goes,
and she's working under the as it goes, as the she does a lot of policy and law for magical creatures, which is so cool.
It's epic.
She's a little boss lady, and she's very morally gray in this. Like she's not yeah, originally, she's like the golden girl, and she's like she's still the smartest witch. Don't worry, but she's very kind of like don't give a fuck attitude. Like I like her, and she's still friends with Ron and Harry, and their Aurors, which are like kind of the police, like FBI situation. And so, they're all still buddies and they all still hang out. But then the powers that be, the big man wizards in the ministry, are like, we're going to start doing arranged marriages to try to get society back on track to, incorporating the Slytherins, the bad guys during the war, back into society. And who does she get paired with to marry? None other than tattooed. Well, he has one tattoo. Well, he has two technically. He has a faded dark mark, and he has his Azkaban like prison numbers on his neck.
Oh, they're magical tattoos. How are they fading? Y'all don't have the technology. Sorry, I'm just.
I don't know. The dark mark always, like, in these fan fictions, it's always fading. I think it's because it's just like Voldemort's like gone. If Voldemort's gone, can't really do that. Anyway.
I think the reason that I also am like not always like behind these is because it's not even like their arranged marriage, like whatever. It's always just like they have to, like, that's how they get them together. It's like, oh, they can't just like stumble upon each other and like have to work together.
And some of them they do though.
Yeah,
there's one that I want to read where they stumble upon each other in the Muggle world, in like our world.
Yeah, because we just the Wizarding world exists. We just never got our letters.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Come on.
I keep seeing people.
Y'all have like a post-grad college.
It's really
program.
Embarrassing. Yeah, you can go get your newts. NEWTS.
Yeah, what is that?
Your newts.
Like, I know what a newt is.
It's like kind of how you. It's kind of how you become a professor.
Oh. Can I just teach the Muggle world to everyone?
I hope that's right. I love Harry Potter. And I love reading these fan fictions. And there's a lot of lore. And sometimes I get a little lost and I don't understand.
Like,
so if that's not what getting your newts is, but that's how I determine it, because in every thing that I read that's like, oh, newts or whatever, it's like always like they become a professor. So
also, like, what's canon and
don't
what's
correct
like
me if I'm wrong. Yeah. But anyway. But this book is really interesting because you get a lot of different point of views. Obviously you get like a Draco point of view, you get a Hermione point of view, but you also get
oh my god.
See, I don't
so sorry.
I'm going to explain these people to you.
Yes.
So Draco has been freed from Azkaban because he went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he is like he was on house arrest for a little while in his manor.
Mansion.
But now he's like mansion. He's off his he's off his house arrest, and he's like, well, you're gonna fucking make me marry my enemy from like literally school from like when we were 11.
Yeah.
And so of course they're all pissed about it. But he's, obviously like possessive, and like he's like, well, I guess you're a Malfoy now, like that means I have to like protect you and like, be nice to you, but like I'm not going to be happy about it. But he's like secretly so obsessed with her. He's like, I just want you. He's like, I want you, but you don't want me. But so Draco is now, we get the idea that obviously he's still like a bad person. And he's like, I'm not going to be like a good person. He's like, I'm not a good person. And she's like, yeah, I don't know why they had assigned me to marry a Death Eater. And he's like, I don't know. So we also get the point of view of his little buddy, Theodore Knott. He's not a canon character. And again, I know who these other Slytherins are because of a little thing on TikTok called Slytherin Reacts.
Yes.
I gotta go. I can't talk about this anymore. But also, like, they're just like, they're basically, they're like invented characters. So we have Theodore, who's one of his buddies, and we get the sense that Theodore is very, he's like, I guess, bisexual, because he'll do it with anyone. And so we get a lot of that. And it's mainly with Ron Weasley's oldest brother, Charlie.
Didn't he marry that girl from like what is it called? Like Bill, like the blue girl school.
I don't know. The blue ones, yeah. I don't know. But in this one, he's fucking a dude, so.
Okay, fine. What? Sorry. My bad.
So we get his POV. And so Theo is kind of Draco's like little minion. They do bad things together. They like go stir shit up. Because they're like fucking bored and they're evil.
Yeah.
But then we also have the POV of Pansy Parkinson and Neville Longbottom. They are in an arranged marriage as well. And you would love Pansy because, one, every time she comes into a scene, they're like, her like Prada dress was like swishing like when she walked. Like she's always like dressed up, like she's always in like Louboutins and like Alexander McQueen. Like she's just like a designer girl. She is a designer girl. She has like black hair. Like I love her. She's so slay.
She was a I guess not a Death Eater, but like she was a Slytherin.
She was a Slytherin like in school, and there's like kind of a little flashbacks of like the Slytherins in school and how like honestly like raunchy and like basically a frat they were. Like it was crazy apparently, and everybody was fucking.
That seems
all the
accurate.
The Slytherins were fucking. Yeah, exactly. And so we get the point of view of like her and Neville, but they get matched up because obviously Neville's like, everyone thinks he's like a good guy. He's like, oh, he's Neville.
Yeah.
But he's like hot now, obviously. And then him and Pansy like actually like are like in love. Like their match is like really working and it's really cute. And they're getting married.
How do they determine these matches?
But Neville actually, we find that out. We're like, how the fuck? Like, why would you do that? Apparently it was the sorting hat. And then Draco's like, you used the fucking sorting hat to decide that I'm going to marry Granger? No!
And I don't trust him.
But he's also on, he's on the side like,
the hat.
Because honestly, and I'll say it. And they always come to terms with this. Draco and Hermione. They're like, nobody going to match my freak the way, because they balance each other out because they're both like really strong-headed and they challenge each other, and that's something that Hermione needs, because like obviously she was with Ron and Ron's like an idiot.
He's lovable.
I love you, Ron, but
for sure
he's lovable, but he's not as smart as Hermione. No. And Hermione needs someone as smart as her. And that's Draco, obviously. But anyway, so we find out that Neville, he's like a plant guy. He's like into like, herbology and stuff like that. And that's what he's doing. He's like growing plants and shit. But what we find out is he's actually making illegal shit for the black market. The wizard black market, which we then find out Draco actually helps in. He helps with like the potions, black market, like banned ingredients or like getting things to the wrong people because he's a bad guy. So he basically runs the mob, the potions mob. The potions mob. He cuts out someone's tongue. Like it's incredible. Like he is so. Yeah. And I have some quotes written down. Just because.
Sorry, my hair, as always, just fucking pissing me off.
No, it's okay. So, this is like early on. This is chapter 6. No, I just deleted it. I just deleted the quote. But anyway, he's like, so she's kind of like, she's obviously fighting with Draco.
Oh my god, I'm
Hermione.
So sorry.
And she's like, oh, well, blah, 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 like, Harry and Ron are like, that they wanted to like kill you when we found out that like we were arranged to be married. And he just like he out of nowhere he's like love, I'm also the boy who lived, because they're talking about like his trauma of like being forced to become a Death Eater and like getting the dark mark. And I'm just like, that, oh my god, that is so profound because that's so true. Like he didn't have a choice in becoming a Death Eater.
I feel like we can
going to prison. Well,
see that in the movies where like he's just trying to please his father, and like
he's also
angry because like everyone's always like, Harry Potter this, Harry Potter that, and he's like trying to please his dad especially.
Exactly.
Guys, he's just broken.
Exactly. Guys, he's just broken and I will fix him.
I can fix him. No, really, I can.
I love him. I really can. Anyway, so I just deleted that quote. Awesome.
So sorry.
No, that's okay. Where did it go? I want to like give you actual context. Oh, okay. So basically, this is when she finds out that he's like giving potion ingredients to the black market to like sell to like bad people. And she's like, stop lying to me like about what you're doing. Like, why are you down here in your why do you have a potions dungeon in your house? And he's like,
all right, what's all this then?
I'm not lying to you. Right, what's all this then? And he's like, I'm not lying to you. Like, I'll be so. He's like, he also calls her Miss Malfoy, which is, she hates it, but
that's cute. I like that.
It's so cute. And so he's like, I'm not lying to you. Like, you live in this house. Like, I'm not. Like, he's like, all you have to do, girl, is like ask and like. But she's like, no, you're lying. Like, you wouldn't do that. He's like, yeah, I would do that. And she goes, that's so like unethical and like awful and terrible. And why would you do that? That's criminal. And he goes, yes, darling, I am a criminal.
I have never lied
Convicted.
About who I am and what I do.
He's like, I've never lied. He's like, I have the prison tattoo to prove it.
I'm
like,
not new to this.
I don't know what you want me to
I'm
do,
true to this.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, why'd I do that? I keep fucking pressing the wrong buttons. Oh my god. So then so she's like trying to get this proposition passed on Wolfsbane, which is like it's like a potion ingredient. And he keeps coming to her office at the ministry and like bugging her and bothering her because he's annoying. Because he's, as she calls him, a prat. And he is, like, he's just kind of like needly and always there. But secretly he's actually helping her get her proposition passed by like making all of these like higher up people that he sells to like vote for her proposition.
Oh, yeah. Epic.
So really he's a good guy. He's like getting like, and she sees that later. She's like, oh, he was helping me get something passed that I believe in. Like, he didn't have to do that, and yet he's out here like cutting out people's tongues and like fighting people. But this is just a silly little quote. So he's coming to her office and like bothering her. And she's like trying to give him things to do that like to like occupy him instead of like messing with her shit. And she's like, he had a vicious sweet tooth, and she accidentally got him addicted to high fructose corn syrup. Because he'd never had Muggle candy before.
Amazing.
Like in the wizard world, they don't have high fructose corn syrup.
Candy.
And now I'm just imagining him like addicted to fucking corn syrup.
Me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Candy salad.
Anyway, what's next? Candy salad.
Don't tell Draco what candy salad is. Rip Draco, you would have loved candy salad.
Oh, he's so cute. Okay, next scene. They're at the Leaky Cauldron. It's her birthday. So she invites all of her fucking stupid Gryffindor friends, or as the Slytherins call them, the Gryffindorks. Oh. Just so funny. So she's like with Harry and Ron, and some other like Gryffindors, and like Neville comes, and like Pansy comes, and then like obviously like Draco and Theo show up, and they're like dressed in all black, like they're so they're all like, oh, it's like, one of them's like, it's time for gifts. So they're all opening gifts, and like they all get her like books because she's from Annie. And then Draco hands her like, he's like the last one to like give her like a gift, and he hands her like an envelope, and she's like, she makes like some like snarky comment. She's like, "Oh, this is probably just like a fucking empty envelope, huh? Like, because you hate me." Um, and it's actually the deed to a. It's like the title, like the land title to a bookstore. He bought out a bookstore for her, and he goes,
crazy.
"I didn't get you a book." He's like, "I didn't get you a book, love. I got you a bookstore." Like, woo, dream man. And she's like, and the bookstore. This ate too. This about made me cry. So the bookstore, and this is like a famous bookstore. It's like in the wizard world, it's been around for like 500 years. And like this is where like all the wizard kids would go to get their like textbooks and like books for school. And so he names it Granger and Malfoy. Like that's the name of the bookstore, which is so cute. And so she obviously like her name, like Granger, has been kind of erased from society because there's no like, because there's like a house Malfoy, there's a house like, you know, for all these like big people, but there's no house Granger because
Muggle,
she's
or
yes,
her parents.
Her parents are Muggle. She's a witch. So she's like, I have no house. Like I don't have.
Yeah.
My name is being erased because I'm a Malfoy now. And so this is Hermione's point of view. Hermione imagined the next 500 years of Hogwarts students seeing Granger when they bought her books. That was the gift that Malfoy had given her. Like, having her name on something.
That was really cute.
Instead of, like, it being completely erased. And I'm like, oh my god, so he's perfect!
He's just a boy.
I love him. Like, he could do no wrong. And don't get me wrong. He is, like, yes, all these quotes of him have so far been, like, extremely sweet. But he is a bad person. But he's so flirty. Oh my god. And because he's like, you want me and you won't admit it. And he's like, he kind of gets pissed at her because he's like, you don't, like, you're my wife, but like you won't give me things that like a wife would give me. And she's like, you're basically just saying like, I won't fuck you. She won't. She should. She did. Because anyway, why there's the bloody part of this title is because Hermione has this scar on her arm that Bellatrix like gave to her.
Yeah.
And it's like super painful and like infected, and she kind of starts noticing that it's like tingling and like just it's being really painful. And she found out on accident that the only way to like kind of cure it and like make it feel better is putting Draco's blood on the like wound.
Because he was a Death Eater, like
because he has black like, but so he has like the blood. Like Bellatrix is his aunt.
Oh.
So it's like the blood. It's like that bloodline is going to cure it because that's who gave it to her. Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm just like, okay.
I think it eats as a plot.
Don't care for this plot point, but whatever.
Yeah. It's a little, whoa. Because just the shit we get into after he, like, basically rubs blood on her arm is just like, whoa. Damn. Like, y'all, okay, like, this is, I know I read the serial killer book and I'm like, y'all freak nasty. This is another level of freak nasty. And Draco, and so her, like, Theo and Pansy are like trying, like, they're nice and like they obviously like are like, oh well, you're Draco's wife now, like, you know, we can be buddies or whatever. And so they're trying to like help her and be like, dude, Draco's just a dog, walk him like one. Like that's all he wants from you, is like he literally just wants to be like kind of told what to do because that's what he's used to. He's used to his dad like just telling him what to do, and he like, and then he has a praise kink. corpse, clearly.
He's got trauma, people.
He has trauma. But the chapter I read last night before I went to bed, oh my god, he makes this deal. He's like, if I'm gonna give you my blood, you have to sleep in my bed.
Fine.
And he's like, I won't touch you. He's like, I just want to cuddle.
I'm back on this scar thing.
He's like, I want to touch you, but just want to cuddle.
I know, I'm back to the scar thing. Sorry.
Bellatrix?
Hermione. No. Hermione.
Hermione?
I was like, I can't remember correctly.
Who?
Hermione, did she know that, like, that's how you fix it?
So she the way she found that out is she punched Draco in the nose and broke his nose, so it started bleeding, and it got on the cut, like the scar.
See, I just feel like Homegirl isn't stupid enough.
She connected the pieces.
Yeah, but I feel like she's like, if she's probably had this for years, like I feel like she's not like, she's definitely like, looked into it, and like she would know the kind of magic.
Oh, yeah, that might be a plot hole, or maybe I'm not remembering.
I don't know, and does it like fully heal?
I don't think it
eventually, or is it just like
it wasn't really.
It's like just a band-aid.
I don't know yet. Maybe one day, with enough blood, but
all of his blood.
We were getting the idea that the scar wasn't bothering her until she put on like the wedding band that he gave her. That's like passed through the family.
It's not even that like about the blood or that like, it's just like there's kind of like a weird thing. Like it's to show that like she needs him and they need each other, but like
we need each other.
I think it's stupid. Just the scar part.
Yeah, it's like it's an okay plot point because it brings them together.
Yeah.
But like there's other fan fictions where they're enemies or they get like an arranged marriage where they come together in other aspects. And I think this was just a way to like perpetuate the idea that like
she's linked to him.
Bloody, slutty, pathetic. Because I mean, there is one scene where he comes back into his study, like Hermione's like waiting for him. Because she's like, I need to know what you're doing. Like, this is before she knows that he's, like, selling shit to the black market. And he's, like, a mob boss.
And it always comes back to the mafia. So she's, like,
waiting in his study for him. If I'm reading, the mafia is always involved. But she's, like, waiting in his, like, study for him to come back. And he comes back with Theo, and he's, like, covered in blood. Like, he's, like, blood, like, on his hands, like, on his face.
Let me get some of that.
Because he's...
Sorry.
And he's oh my I can't take it. He's so hot. Like and if the wizard world told me that I got to marry Draco Malfoy, I'd be like, yes, dream come true.
I'm really passing a
and
lot
everyone's
of
like
from over here, you know, like I have no right.
No, that's okay. No, it's okay. I love to tell you about it. And I understand that it's not for everyone.
And it's not even the, like, Draco, Hermione, like, arrangement. It's just the scar. Everything else, I'm like, okay, I'm into it.
When I got to that point in the plot, and I was like, oh, okay, so, like, this is going to be major, huh? I was like, all right. And then I was like, oh, so this is, like, so this is actually foreplay for you people. That's crazy.
Ugh.
And everyone's covered in blood, and I'm like,
freak nasty.
No, freak. The book should be called Freak Nasty.
The Freak Nasty Lives of Hermione.
I'm writing that. I'm not a writer, but I'm writing that.
And we'll pitch it to someone. We are great ideas people. We really are.
We really are. We can't do anything about it, but we have great ideas. 0%.
This is as far as the execution's ever gotten for us. This podcast.
That's actually so true. We said, oh, we should probably start a podcast. Wouldn't that be really fun? And here we are.
Hey, we DJ'd once.
I remember that coming. We were joking around with our PRVP. No, but it wasn't you at the time. It was you at one point, but we were joking around with Hannah, right? Because Hannah was planning the formal.
Yeah, because I would not have let any of that
So we were
fly. Not as DJ.
we were joking around.
Anyways.
Yeah, we were joking around with
Like the person
one of our sisters who plans our formals
in our sorority.
And so because we had a really low budget for this one, and all of them
we
after.
had a lot of problems.
And I won't get into that, but we were joking around because she's like, I haven't found like a DJ, like it's just probably really expensive. And Lucy and I were like, we'll do it. Just get us a table, we'll do it.
Because we always joked about like when we would go out or like whatever, we'd be like, oh, these DJs ain't shit. Like they're just not playing the music we
could do so
hear.
much better. Yeah.
And so we did.
We DJ'd a formal, and it was actually, so everyone hated it.
But us and our like,
but we had the time of our lives. They gave us mics, which, as we've learned from this podcast, don't give us a mic.
It's why people didn't like it. We were screaming into the mics the whole time.
We were like, we wouldn't just let the song play. We had to like sing over it and go like, "What the fuck is out there, Simu?" Like it was crazy. Like it was insane. And yeah, people liked it better. So before our set, I had a playlist going on my computer, like just from Spotify, just like popular like songs, like, you know, whatever, just to like kind of get the crowd hype a little bit.
There was like
just get everyone on the floor.
At this formal.
Yeah. Just get the crowd hype, you know. And so I was taking requests at this time. Of just like, what songs do you want to hear? And I'd add them to the queue, like, you know, mix it, whatever. And people really liked that better when I literally just pressed shuffle on like a party playlist. People didn't like the shit that we put work into.
Well,
like we were editing shit.
To be fair, like every easily 4 to 5 minutes, we'd put some like ad lib in. So it was like,
we'd put like a meme
in. Start your
engines.
And then it was like the Charlie XCX.
Let's ride.
Which is fucking epic.
That was an insane mix. Like,
and like someone out there's appreciating it, but it wasn't those girls.
And I'm just pissed because they would rather me press shuffle on like dance mix playlist than like the creative talent and the time and effort that we put in to creating a mix.
And to be fair, like Rachel really did all the work. Like she edited this entire like hour and a half. How long would like hour?
What if we drop it on the YouTube?
We should.
The mix was like 2 hours.
We're gonna totally copyright claimed.
Oh, for sure, because it's all music. It's all illegally downloaded music.
Though.
We should. I don't need ads. I don't need ad money from this. I just want to share with the people.
It's
my beanbag is like, I'm just moving around a lot.
It's incredible. But like basically like we sat down and we like outlined and like came up with all these ideas. So like I was like contributing ideas, but Rachel like edited the entire thing and like spent like nights and weekends for like a month putting this together.
No, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without you and Maddie coming up with like, I like this soundbite from this song would work really well, or like because like there was times where I was like, oh, I think this would work really well together, but then like Lucy would be like, oh, but use this part of the song, or like something like this minute in the song.
You just need like all of these
I remember
eyes and ears.
Yeah, I remember when we were sitting in your room and we were like, we need Michael Jackson in on this. And then we were listening to like every fucking Michael Jackson song. And then we had a Michael Jackson segment. We also had a RuPaul segment.
That was iconic. We had
that was really iconic. Denial is a river in Egypt.
Your husband is gay.
Husband is gay. And then it went to Sissy That Walk. Like and people didn't enjoy that. And then we also had Pony in there by Genuine.
We had
like
a whole Madagascar. Like the movie.
Yeah, we had like the King Julian
section.
It was insane.
Because the theme of the formal was jungle.
Yeah, it was jungle.
Like, we have to drop that. Like the people need to hear it. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I miss it. Like I haven't listened to it in so long.
And
I'm gonna go listen to it after this.
We were like little club rats in college.
Yeah.
We didn't like party. Like we weren't like drinking or doing like whatever. Like the normal amount. We were not
Okay.
doing drugs, but we were like, but like we would go to clubs to like
We were just partying.
listen to DJs and like dance because like we are just
yeah. It wasn't like this frat's hosting, we really want to go to this frat. It was like I want to hear the music. Like I want to hear what DJs are
honestly,
playing tonight.
Not great. Oh my god.
Not great. That's why we were like, don't hire someone, save your money, let us do it in-house.
Yeah, and then Rachel sent out this like survey afterwards to be like, what did you think? Because like she wanted to know what people thought of it because we worked hard
and
on
I did it. I got our like formal event, you know, person. I got her permission, and I was like, do you want me to add anything about the formal? Because like you put it on, like, do you want feedback? So there was some feedback about like the theme and like other things that like she wanted to know as well, but it was mainly for like, what'd you think of the set?
Well, and it's like, if you liked it, like,
and everyone was like,
do it again.
Don't do that again.
And no one
yeah,
everyone's like, why did you have mics?
No one wanted it
Because
I needed to introduce us somehow. Like I needed to like bow, 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 bow. Like I needed to do that.
Yeah, I'm just a really good like hype girl. I was just like making everyone dance.
Yeah,
like that was my job.
Yeah, that was actually really fun to like be in the crowd with the mic. It was fun for the three of us and no one else.
Like, other people have the mic.
Oh, we had a great time at that formal.
Because we didn't play Taylor
Lucy and I
Swift.
don't remember being on the bus. And we played Taylor Swift like a few times on when I was just playing music for everyone. And they ate that up. And I was like, and you didn't eat up the Jordan Belfort section of the set?
It's because they didn't want to like dance. They want to like sing songs they know, and they didn't like, we can just dance to a beat, and they're not like that.
Yeah, we like, I think it's because they weren't like, as Lucy was saying, we were like club rats to go listen to like music and dance. They weren't like that. Like they didn't enjoy that scene because obviously DJs are playing like remixes, or they're like, you know, they're mixing things. And some of it is like, you know, you'll sing like The Killers, Mr. Brightside, like for a little bit, and then it'll boom, bass drop. Like it will like, you know, and they don't like that. We learned. They just want to like sing a song for a minute and then like skip to another song. It's like, no, but that's not the art of it. The art is like finding beats that mix together. And like did you see that thing that Trixie Mattel was talking about, how she's like, yeah, I DJ, but like I love to put like memes in my sets. Like it'll like rise up, and then before the bass drop, it'll be like, you know, the Nile's a river in Egypt. She was talking about that.
Trixie Mattel would love our DJ set. Trixie, if you are listening,
Trixie Mattel,
listen to our DJ set.
We love you.
We love you, first of all.
Trixie,
you and Katya.
You were my icon. Yeah, you and Katya. Trixie, you were my icon for creating this DJ set for my sorority.
Happy Pride.
And they Happy Pride. What was that clip with her and Brittany? And they were like, oh no, it was her and Katya, and she goes, "Hi, gay."
Hi, gay.
Hi, gay.
Oh my gosh. You come to my house.
That's hilarious.
Paint your face geisha white.
You paint your face geisha white.
And drink a mini.
And you drink your tiny can of Coca-Cola.
Oh. Well, on that note.
Go listen to our set.
Yes.
If we drop it.
We can do that. Come on.
That might be fun. What if that's what we blow up from? I'm gonna lose it.
I don't want to think about it.
I don't either.
Yep. Just everyone go read something this week. Bye.
Bye.